So
All right.
yeah, man, let's talk about one of our former players, Pogba, officially been served a 4-year suspension. Initially, he was served like what you call this? I don't know how to even put it. Like provisionally, a provisional suspension. That was last year in September. He was suspended from Juventus. He was randomly checked, randomly did a drug test, and they caught that he was positive. Whether this was random or the people were tipped, we can get into those conspiracy theories. But yeah, man, Pogba being banned, and I think this is a good segue from the whole Rashford thing because some of these players who are at the top, highest level, being paid so much money, expected to deliver so much, the pressure gets to them. The pressure gets to them, and this doesn't happen. It's not. It happens in all competitions. You know what I mean? Neil Armstrong, got tested for doping. What's her name? Miriam Jones, the American sprinter. You know what I mean? All because of that pressure to fulfill their destiny or fulfill they want to be this great athlete or whatever. So they succumb to the pressure. So Pogba, he succumbed to the pressure. you know pretty sure there's going to be a Pogmentary part 2 or something that's going to dive into that situation on why he took the what you call it, or why he was doping. He did mention it in brief, but I do understand that he will come out and give more substance to the story,
Yeah.
and the reasons why he did it. But I think a lot of people already know why, but obviously everyone always will have some unique individual story on why the certain player did it or not. It's so unfortunate because I really feel sorry for Pogba because I feel
Yeah.
just like
Me too.
Rashford, he's a player that came into an unstructured, United that couldn't maintain, build, or develop his talents, you know, and again, just being mismanaged in the team, and it obviously just got to a point where he's like, I need to leave the club. He left the club. He wanted to revitalize his career, and then yeah, succumbed to the pressure, started doping, and now he's been suspended. He's 30 years old now. 4 years is a long time, man. 4 years is a long time. So do you think that Pogba is still going to be playing football after 4 years? Do you think that this is it, and he should start looking elsewhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, do something else, with his life. Because I don't know if there's anything left in football for him. Because usually when these things happen, it's not like he can turn around and become a pundit or a manager or whatever. Because once you
Yeah,
stain
disgrace
yourself.
from football.
Exactly. You get disgraced from football. So, no one really wants to take a disgraced player, and I don't want to bring this thing into play, but unfortunately, he's also a black player, and black people in general just face a lot of stigma around the world. I don't want to make this a racial thing, but you'd find like a lot of white people have done so many criminal things in the past, but have still gone ahead and had successful careers and whatever else they venture into afterwards. But unfortunately for Pogba, he just suffers from the fact of being a black person and doing this thing in a big sport that's global. And for him, yeah, like you said, disgrace to football. I don't see any way back for him in the sport. So, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Bro, the Pogba situation is so sad for me. Like it hits home because I love Pogba.
Mm.
Like I remember, you see the way we see Kobe Maino, it's the same thing with Pogba. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. But we've seen these kids in the academy. Like we were part of the United family during the time when he was in the academy. Like, that's
yeah,
wild. Like,
yeah,
it has been a journey. It is almost
yeah,
like we know him. We don't know him physically like this, but we know him.
yeah,
So this story really touches home because he was that player that we would defend come rain, come shine.
yep,
He was the player that he was the the midfield that had so much flair. It was too hot, it was too much.
yeah.
Now with Pogba, I actually have a theory in this
Okay.
whole thing because I've been following since the begin like since Pogba left.
Yeah,
I've been following. Now, it's crazy how I used to own a pair of Adidas Predators, the Pogba
yeah,
ones. You go on my
yeah,
Instagram, you see I'm with my daughter. Man,
yeah,
I bought those things because I was like, bruh. So
yeah,
Pogba, I have this. I don't want to say I have a connection with him. No, but he's somebody that I was following.
Mm.
And I remember after he left United, I was following him too. And during the time when he was at United, I paid close attention to him because I wanted to see, because I was getting frustrated with how we have this player and we're not winning. We're not winning stuff the way we should, you know.
Yeah.
And if you remember, Pogba was going in and out of injuries. It was
Yeah.
weird. Short injuries, but in and out. He'll go in a short injury, come back, reignited, maybe a game or two, go back, come back,
Yeah.
play, go to France, injure himself, stay
Yeah.
out. Pogba has been on the like he's been on the surgeon's table
Yeah, man.
for since the World Cup,
Yeah.
since before the World Cup, because he
Yeah.
got injured and he didn't make the France team. This one that Messi won, he didn't make it
Yeah.
into that team, but
Yeah.
he was part of that squad. He injured, yeah. So you can imagine. So then he goes to Juventus because he thinks, okay, you know, what I mean, we bid him farewell. We were hurt. We were upset.
Yeah.
Adios, Pogba. Go back, because clearly he
Mm.
didn't want. And it's not like we didn't offer him a big contract. We did.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just chose to be Pogba. Now I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and that was such a Pogba thing to do. So he left,
Yeah.
goes to Juventus. He's being paid less than what he was going to
Yeah.
get at United,
Yeah.
and
That
he's
says a
carrying an
lot.
injury. Yeah, and he's carrying an injury, and then he
Yeah.
gets injured.
Yeah.
Bro, he didn't play minutes for Juventus. He didn't play much. Like, I
Yep.
can tell you that now because I was watching Juventus games. I remember
Yeah.
there was a time I was in Zim, and I was
Mm.
watching the Europa. He played I think a quarterfinal, semi-final game, I think against Sevilla or something. That
Yeah.
Pogba was the reason why Juventus made it. You know, he gave a header, like an assist. Then the
Yeah.
next game, or before the next game, injured. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. This guy was injured the whole time at
Yeah.
Juventus.
Yeah.
He was. And I believe in his attempt to stop these injuries. I don't know, because he
Yeah.
says and I believe him. I believe him.
Yeah.
Pogba is a spiritual guy. He's Muslim. That guy is
Yeah.
devout faith. I don't think he has got that mentality. He's a
Yeah.
professional. He likes to joke around, do his funny antics, but
Yeah.
he really respects his football and his religion. And I
Yeah.
don't think he would knowingly ingest. I'm waiting to be proven wrong. You
Yeah.
know, this is another one of those things where we don't know. But again,
Yeah.
you follow what you follow. I see Pogba. I don't think he's that type of guy. I don't think
Yeah.
he's a guy that juices himself. He doesn't have
Yeah.
that in him. So
Yeah.
I think he took something that was laced with
Yeah.
that had an ingredient or something that is banned.
Yeah.
I think so. And that is what
Yeah.
was found. Now, how the people didn't want to believe him, I don't know. Maybe it was too much. Maybe the
Yeah.
dose was too much. Maybe he didn't know. But I really truly believe there's a story there. I really truly believe Pogba was trying to figure out something about his muscle injuries. You know what's
Mm.
crazy? My uncle, in Bots, we used to
Yeah.
watch United together. You know, he said something that stuck with me, and I was paying attention to it throughout, even up until now. He
Okay.
looked at Pogba because he's a doctor. He looked at
Yeah.
Pogba and he said something when Pogba picked up an injury in one of the seasons. He looked at him and was like, "Hey, Pogba is too big. You know, he's
Yeah.
too muscular." And I thought and he's too tall. And I thought that
Yeah.
was like a very weird thing to say. And I was like, nah. You know,
Mm.
big players, for some reason, their muscle, whatever, he spouted some medical things which made sense when he was explaining.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, eh. And you know what's funny? Ever since then,
Yeah.
it has been consistent. Pogba never stopped getting these muscle injuries. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, wait. Is it because of what my uncle said? My uncle said this guy is big. You need
Yeah.
to find a way to train those muscles, which is very, very tricky. But his
Yeah.
size didn't help him. And then
Yeah.
I really believe Pogba, man. It's really sad and unfortunate. Like I'm
Yeah.
sad for him
Yeah.
because he was. When this guy was in the World 11 once. This guy is a
Yep.
World Cup winner. This guy
Mm-hmm.
was KDB's nemesis. You know what I
Dude.
mean? Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on. We're talking about KDB. Like he's now entering a realm of God realm when it comes when
Yeah.
we talk about KDB. You know,
Yeah.
Pogba was there. Pogba
Mm.
single-handedly shut Man City, told them to shut the fuck up. Like he told them
Yeah.
that, nah, you guys will not win your league at
Yeah.
our account.
Yeah.
Chill. Pogba is a mean player. So
Mm.
to just see that, and then ish man, it's sad. I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
sad. I'm
Yeah.
really sad. I'm
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah.
I read his statement. I felt it. I felt it. I know he's telling the truth. I know
Yeah.
it. I know it. I don't care what I. You know what people. You know what society these days has this way of being like, no, don't say something, don't judge something, because you don't know the full story. But then
Yeah.
sometimes there just comes a moment where you're like, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Pogba's situation is one of those nah. Pogba, I
Yeah.
believe he's innocent. I really do. You can
Yeah.
imagine 4 years. Pogba's turning 31 this year. When
Yeah.
he comes back, he'll be 35.
Yeah.
Whether or not I don't know what he said he's going to appeal. So we'll
Yeah.
wait to see. Anything
Yeah.
can happen. It could be
True.
reduced, you know? So
True.
for me, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Like, let them reduce so he can come back to football. Now, God
Yeah.
forbid it doesn't work. 35. It's up to him whether he wants to play. And it will be up to clubs and teams who want Pogba. But man, Pogba is Pogba. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll
Yeah.
be able to. I don't think he'll be able to play at the highest level as he has been throughout the years because you look at his injuries. Then now he'll be older, so
Yeah.
now what is his mentality right now? Am I going to fix this? Am I going to keep on training? What's his
Exactly.
ban like? Because his
Yeah.
ban also, they restrict you from stuff. They restrict you
Yeah.
from doing stuff. What is it? Is he going to be allowed to train or not?
Mm.
Those I don't know. So it's like,
Yeah.
hey man.
Yeah,
And
man.
I feel like it's very harsh. I really believe like the way it was like when tell me when was the last time a player was banned for 4 years for something
Mm.
weird?
Yeah.
And it's been a minute. It's
Yeah, it
been a
has.
minute. Like whether you've been banned for something stupid. Cantona was banned for months for that kick.
Mm.
I don't know who else was banned for something else.
Yeah.
But bruh, this slap was like this ban was like whoosh. It's like
Yeah.
nah, we're not like Pogba wronged the wrong people. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. It just feels like nobody was trying to understand that now. Because you look, if at all he took a drug that was laced in this thing, don't you
Mm.
think you can be lenient on him?
Mm. Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, no, we
Yeah.
understand that. Okay, so this drug needs to be banned completely because it has got this banned substance. Now
Yeah.
Pogba becomes the turning point of a certain thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then just to go, I don't know. I don't. I feel like it was hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man, I hear you.